Bam.
Thank you for telling us if we're having technical issues. We always appreciate when you're like, your mic sounds like shit.
Yes, please. Tell us. Yeah, we had lighting issues today. I know I'm a little bit darker than usual, but...
Do you want me to go now? Okay.
Do it.
We actually, let me first look at the results from the poll that I put up onto
you did
Twitch.
A poll? Oh, no, didn't they?
The question is, will we start on time? The options that you had to vote on were no, never, get going already, definitely not, or when do you ever?
Why would you make that poll when we're already late?
Because it was funny.
They were loading the answers, Danae.
It was funny. It was funny.
Love it. Man, my camera is so dark.
We have been having some technical issues.
So here's my frustration, and I'm calling out Razer Synapse. I cannot adjust any settings if my camera is being used by another program at all. It disables everything. So I have to come out of here, go into Synapse and do that instead of just being able to adjust settings and see how I look. It is so frustrating.
I haven't opened up Minecraft on this computer in a hot minute, so I might try. Hi, little wolf.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you. I will be doing the same.
Oh, that sucks. It sucks.
So
right, Sarah? Like, it looks fucking good.
And someone's immediately gonna snap that. Oh, I didn't share. No, I'm not gonna share it actually. Slab messed with my picture and I'm not gonna share it.
No, he hasn't got his wedding haircut yet. That's just his pike hair he's been working on.
This is all me. This is 6 weeks without a haircut. This is just all me. I'm having my haircut on Monday so that I have 3 days of calm down time. And my beard will be trimmed as well because it's getting quite caveman-y at the minute.
One of my favorite things from living together is Ian figuring out like what kind of what his hair is going to be doing, because when he first came, he had like longer hair. He was experimenting with longer hair, and it was like, okay, it's time for that to go. And he goes and he has the conversation with the stylist, and he's like, this is what I'm going for. I'm like, you're going for pike. Like, that's exactly what you're describing as pike hair. And then he'll like put some product in it, and sometimes he'll like fall asleep and take a nap. For some reason, he likes to just sleep on his face. I don't understand it.
It's the only way I can sleep when I nap. I cannot just like get cozy into bed. I have to be face into pillow, suffocating myself until I pass out.
And so then he's like, man, this has worked so well for me, because when I wake up, my hair is straight.
It looks amazing.
It's entirely like piked.
My hair routine in the morning is shower, bit of mousse, hair dry or blow dry with a comb, then product, and then it should be nap.
Should be.
To then get the volume upwards.
Okay, so I guess I'm going to go into Minecraft real quick because I've been really excited about this. Let's answer some questions while I go into Minecraft. I'll put it up on screen.
Let's do it.
Okay. I shouldn't be sending back to you.
Is there a ring, Danae?
Is there a ring? You mean my engagement ring?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can't drop news and not brag about a ring.
Oh.
I mean, you can. But inquiring minds want to know.
Yes. Do you want to see it? It's so sparkly.
Matcha sparkly.
For the marriage. Yeah. And we have one for Ian as well, of course.
We do. Yes, we do. We do.
This is the first time we've been able to, well, we've talked about being in a relationship together. We've talked about being engaged, all kind of in recent history, but we haven't talked about the wedding. We've been like, well, we are kind of still figuring things out, but we knew we wanted it to be soon. So yes, for those of you that are watching on the, are you fucking with the lights right now?
No.
I thought we agreed.
No, I look better now. This is better. This is better.
And now I look. We
did it?
You know what we need to do?
You?
We need to go back to where I'm just upstairs and I have my own space, like
where
far away.
I need to be in England. Is that how we need to?
Yeah,
record?
you need to go back to England.
Sorry, I washed you out completely.
You did, and I'm not going to mess with it. But I'm glad that you're happy.
No, we look great now. We look much better.
Good. Anyway, for those that are watching this later, and maybe you didn't see, we posted in Discord and also on our Patreon, and then sent news out to family and friends as well yesterday for the first time that we are getting married next week.
Woo!
So
That's my getting married noise.
It looked painful.
It's how I call out it's how I call out to the people of Avebury.
It's like you're like digesting something painful. We don't have to get married. It's totally fine.
No, I want to. I wanna.
So we're gonna get married. Just by the show next week, we'll be a married couple.
Yeah,
so.
we will. Well, that's probably too loud.
I really did bag a keeper.
No, I think
Slab, you're such a butt.
True. You didn't even include a TLDR section.
Yes, I did.
Did you?
I mean, the URL is titled wedding announcement. So that's a TLDR.
The TLDR is just wedding announcement. That's it.
Yeah, it's the title of the actual clip.
That's great. That's so funny. All right, are you doing some Minecraft? Are you getting in there?
I'm attempting to, yes.
Are you going to share your screen and whatnot?
I'm attempting to,
All right,
yes.
I'm going to go back into the chat and do stuff. Oh, Paulie. Tell me about Interlagos. Tell me. Actually, well, spoilers if you don't tell me. But I haven't been... Actually, how do you watch Formula One in America? Would be a great first question. Because I am woefully behind all of it. Oh, ESPN. That's interesting. I do not have ESPN, and I probably won't be getting it. So shit.
Okay.
Oh, and it's on Apple next year. That's what. Ooh, it's max out in Q1.
Let's see if this works.
Oh, Verstappen. Oh my. It's interesting that it's going to Apple. Brad Pitt will be racing all of the cars.
Okay, so I can't actually hear anything, so this is going to be a bit dangerous because I could get creepered. We'll figure it out.
Mega creeped.
Okay. So I'm assuming it's. Hi, Link. Do you have something to show us?
Oh, I think Link has it. Oh, look at that! Oh my gosh. That's so cool, dude.
Oh my god! Look over there! Link! Look at what you did!
That's so fun.
Link! Woo!
What I love is that this is creative mode. This is survival.
This is survival.
It's
you
not
built
creative.
that.
So it's so much harder to make that when you're in survival because you can't just fly up there.
No.
You've got to get the resources yourself.
You have to float that.
That's so fun.
Look at you out there shearing sheep.
That's amazing.
Oh, someone could probably fall down this hole right here. I better be careful. Oh my god, that was so cool.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
That was really special. Did you stay up all night to do that?
Yeah, because the announcement was
we
pretty
just
late.
announced it last night. That's
fun,
legendary.
Dude. I will be there for all time until we have a wither battle and accidentally blow it up.
Oh my god, a wither battle. Okay, I gotta go over here. I want to see what we've got over here.
That link. That link is so good. Making pixel art in Minecraft is one of my favorite things.
I am so undergeared because I lost everything in a really horrible, bad decision. Oh, look, here's your sheep that you've been shearing.
Oh, that's so funny.
Hi, everybody.
That's so fun. Have you played Minecraft before, Link?
I'm pretty sure this is evidence that he has.
You must have done. If this is your first time playing, I would be even more impressed.
Started last night and finished this morning. That's so crazy.
Okay, you have played before. That makes sense. Awesome. That's so cool, dude.
Look at this.
I love it. Just harvesting sheep.
Oh, I love this so much. What is this over here? This is new. Link's home away from it. Yay. Yeah, you had to live over here for a hot minute because
I love that.
That is so fucking awesome.
Ugh. That's so fun, dude.
Look at all these things you're planting. Okay, now I want to play Minecraft. Fuck the show. Sorry,
no show.
No show today. Thank you, Link.
Yeah.
We bow to you. Oh.
Yeah, all of the rest of you better get imagining with your wedding gifts because that's setting the bar high. Oh, that's so fun, dude.
Sarah's like, to celebrate your news, I was like, in bed.
Bed.
Some people build a sky riding in Minecraft, and some people celebrate just by sending us love in their hearts, and those are both wonderful things. That's so cool. You all right?
Sorry.
You all right? You just sneezed on Link. You're sneezing on Link.
Sorry, Link. Sneezing all over his beautiful work. That's so fun.
Look at that. That is so fucking cool. Well, I guess that's going to be inside the Enterprise someday because I imagine this entire section, all of this, is going to turn into one livable Enterprise.
Well, I think actually it's going to be higher up and we have a beam down tunnel that goes up and down to the ship. I think it should be up in the sky.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Wow.
And so this is interesting. This is interesting. Do you
see this?
This is really interesting. But this is also interesting. Obviously, Lego has a big link to Minecraft by being blocks and cubey. And now that there is a Lego Enterprise D, I'm wondering if that's going to be a bit of inspiration for me to use that as a template to making an Enterprise D.
Yeah, because that was one thing that really got you good was the scale.
Getting the scale of an oblate spheroid is so fucking annoying, and it's a squashed spheroid.
I'm so happy. Look at that pixel work. That looks so good.
Yeah, it looks great.
It makes me want to show everybody our other one.
We made an entire Mario land of pixel art.
Mm-hmm.
It was awesome.
We did.
'Twas amazing. Thank you, Link.
'Twas that it was.
What that it were. Here, have a Derpa Prize butt.
Yes. That was so fun. Okay, I don't even want to do the show anymore. That was amazing.
Oh, Biscuit, we got to talk about Star Trek.
We do want to thank Daniel for your resub. I appreciate you. It was 7 days ago, so that was a week ago, and we missed some of the updates. Let me go back in here.
We're the worst. We're just the worst.
And then Slab also resubbed. So, and I think Link, you resubbed again on Twitch.
Ago, I think?
Yeah, and I don't know that we thanked you because we are often in a different program and it doesn't feed us all the information, but we're getting better at checking all of these things. And it's been a wild few weeks for us. We've been preparing for my first ever having friends over party. And it was in conjunction with Halloween. So we wanted Iris to have some friends to come over and, be able to walk the neighborhood with. And it sort of evolved into we're really excited to have people over. And then we were using the 3D printer. Ian, what's the achievement you just got for your 3D printing?
No. So I just got an email saying that I got, I think it's Maker World Vanguard or something.
Amazing.
And it means that I've printed 100 models with a collective total of 750 some hours.
Yeah.
Hours of printing time.
And we've only had the 3D printer for 2.5 months. So we're obviously using that bad boy, but now that we're done with the Halloween party and stopping printing cool ghost stuff and skeleton hands and spooky lettering to put up on the walls and all that stuff, we're gearing back into testing the Derper Prize to prepare for being able to sell them hopefully around Christmas time. But please be on the lookout because we do plan to put out like a little poll to see about pre-orders and interest, things like that. So we'll also be putting that onto the podcast. So if anybody's interested in a Derper Prize, whatever model we end up coming up with, we're testing those now. That way we kind of know how many we need to prepare to print, and also like what a decent price point would be, because we do have to pay for shipping. So we don't have like a cool agreement with like
the annoying
shipping is going to be the big part. So we'll do our best. I'm thinking to print the actual like 3D model of the Derper Prize as something that can hang as an ornament in a tree or on a keychain or something like that. That's what I'm thinking, but I have to ask Ian to
well, that seems doable.
Like jump in there with me. Because here you have so much more experience now. You're doing so good. Like he created he created something for Aaron.
Yeah, using from it's not done yet. This is the prototype again. So he's been playing Lorcana a lot, and each chapter has its own name, and he's been getting key rings for them. And I said, I can probably 3D print that a lot cheaper.
Ian made that.
The well is great. The Whispers is very janky around some of the lettering.
It looks great.
So I need to redefine the border around Whispers. But overall, as a key ring, that is really, really, really cool. I was really happy with that.
Baby Slab keeps saying she wants one. Like you can hear her. Like, I hear you, child. Well, let's just say this. After the Halloween party, 3 families went and purchased the same exact model that Ian has, because we've not only printed decorations, we've just been printing things for the house. Like right now, we don't have a toothbrush holder for the bathroom for guests. So we're just going to 3D print that.
Currently printing.
Iris made me a paper flower and she wanted to put it in a cute vase. So she looked up vases, and then Ian is teaching her how to change out the filament and all that stuff. So it's very exciting. How big is it? The actual what?
The printer?
Oh.
The printer takes up
it's about the size of a microwave, like a big microwave.
Yeah, so
no, that's not true. It's about the size of a microwave stacked on a microwave.
Yeah, the unit itself is like 50 centimeters by 50, I would guess. And then the attachment on the side of it to do multiple colors is like another 30 centimeters.
I already have an organizer because my grandmother got me one many years ago. So I don't need that, but I've seen them and they're so great. I love those. A suit of armor. He's been printing the textiles that NASA uses that you can kind of bend around your body. So that's definitely something to think about.
I want to make a Wolf Baldric out of that. That's
my favorite thing so far has been a really slim, tiny pill holder for like my meds, and it only takes up. It's not even as thick as my smartphone. Well, maybe it might be just about this thick, and it's really skinny, so I can just slide it into a pocket of a purse. It makes me happy.
It is 256 by 256 by 256. However, that height is not correct because I tried to max out the height and it didn't work. So it's more like 240 tall. We
haven't made a sword yet, but there are so many different kinds you can do, including ones where when you flick your wrist, it extends out and then you can push them back in. But one of Iris's friends made her a paper samurai sword at school. So we 3D printed a samurai sword holder for her so that it can kind of hold her paper sword.
Stuck it to the wall, and now the paper sword is on the wall. It's literally up there.
Have you show them what you've got? Yeah, I knew what this was. That's crazy. I'm actually becoming a Star Trek person. He printed a entire thing here, but we want to put like a top-down camera so that he can assemble it with you guys.
These are all the pieces for the duck tag, including the little spinny out blades that will pop out.
Can I make you big? How do I make you big? There you go.
Like that. And what I really love is the hilt and the end of it. It's so fun. I love this so much. The quality of this is so fun, and the detailing on some of the bits of it, I love it so much. But I have deliberately been saving this to assemble it on a stream.
Yes.
That is my plan.
But now you guys know that we've been planning not only a Halloween party, but we're also planning a visit from his parents and a wedding. So as soon as we get through that and Thanksgiving, we should be able to be a little bit more prepared to do online streaming, fun stuff like that, gaming again, kind of get back into the swing of things. So
Holy, yeah, it's definitely an entry-level machine. I've been really tempted to sell it to like one of the parents at school so that I can immediately upgrade and get the P1S, which is like the bigger version, and that has like a much bigger plate. But it is, yeah, I would say it's perfect for starters, hobbyists, and the biggest thing that we tried to print was this huge plant pot. And it is huge.
I really wish.
I mean, I could go and get it.
I think it's fun. Let's do it. We haven't had a chance to just hang. We will get to the show. It's interesting, Sarah. So one of my favorite parts of this like printer world is that you can print anything that is on the app. So someone can make it and they upload it and you can just print it. The only reason you need to have a license is if you wanted to sell it. So we cannot sell the items that we're showing to you because somebody else created them. But a lot of them have Patreons and ways to actually support them. So you can buy the license to sell it, but we haven't done that yet. Check out that. He printed that for me.
This is entirely printed. And the seam at the bottom is because this is detachable because it's a drip tray. Freaking huge. This maxed out the height and width.
Oh, that's wrong.
This maxed out the height and width of the printer.
Yeah. Like it's bigger than his head. Yeah. Head for scale.
I put my head inside it. Like I could make a Mandalorian helmet just entirely on that plate.
Will you twist it a little bit? It's so cool because it kind of catches the light. And there's so many more. We're a bit into plant pots because as you know, I have plants.
Yeah.
So
but yeah, the really cool thing last night is that Iris was making little like tissue paper flowers. And yeah, we made a vase. She picked a vase that she wanted to put them in. And then we set it up to print. And the next morning she had her little vase ready to put her flowers into. It's so cool.
Yeah. I'm so sorry about the ads, Brojem. We have them turned off. So any ad you experience is because of the platform itself. So sorry about that. But speaking of, yeah, I can't wait to show you the other ones until tomorrow. We will just bring them up. Ooh, the silk PLA. Ooh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I've been trying to think about how we can be aware of ads. Obviously, when you first start on the stream, I know that they play and we can't stop those. But if there are ad breaks or something that start and everybody has to take a break from the show, I think we will just like pause our show and
we can totally
kick back in. Yeah. So just keep telling us about your ad experience because we really want to make a fun live show. Yeah. Although, like I said, I know when you first drop in, it's unavoidable. Unless you're, I think, sub to the channel. And if you have Amazon Prime, you can assign your Amazon Prime subscription every month to a channel. So you can pick a new one each month to kind of give it to, and then that gives you a subscription. So if you wanted to do something like that, you can. You don't have to, but that's just an option. Hi, Pojo.
Pojo. Thingiverse is really, really cool. And PR USA's one, Printables, just allowed you to add any brand of printer to their app. So I use those as well. But the amount of free stuff out there is so fun.
Oh, somebody gifted Brojem a sub.
Oh,
thank you.
Amazing.
They did it anonymously, so we don't know anything about you.
Oh my gosh. That's really cool. I know who did it.
It was me. It wasn't me.
I didn't approve you spending $7.
7? I thought it was like 5.
I think it's gone up.
Well, you can do different tiers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
right.
like I have a higher tier for one of my
Who
favorite.
Are you giving
channels.
that to then?
Moko made.
Yeah,
of course.
Nice. Yeah.
Hi, Moko. Watching in the future. Thank you. Well, we are here. We plan on continuing to go live, although we'll always be changing our start times.
Always.
I don't think that's ever going to stop.
No, that will always be in flux when there are things involved.
It is a strip of gold pressed platinum. You're absolutely correct.
Yeah, you can actually print those.
Thank you guys for joining us. We're live in 2 different places, as you know. Those of you on Twitch, hello. And also we're live on our own little YouTube channel where you can catch the new iteration of Captain's Pod where we join the Derper Prize. However, if you want to catch our old episodes when we were on the Center Prize, you can catch those on the CinemaSins Podcast Network. All of those videos are still available on YouTube.
Speaking of which, Wandering sent me a message. I think it was Wandering, correct me if I'm wrong. Last week, so you remember last week when you were singing, talking constantly over my intro?
No, I don't remember that at all.
Uh-huh. And some people who listen to the pod may not remember because I cut your voice out and just played it in the outtakes so that people knew what I had to go through to get that take. Uh-huh. I was so focused on getting the star date right, I said Cinter Prize instead of Derper Prize.
We stole the Cinter Prize last week?
We stole the Cinter Prize for one episode. Yeah.
I mean, that's great.
Sometimes it happens.
It's the evolving show. You never know what's going to happen. Especially those of you who are live, you get to see pretty much all of it happen in this destructive insanity. So
what did you just dong? Sounded amazing.
Does it?
Yeah, like dong.
So we're live there. We're also live on our own little YouTube and here on Twitch. And then for those of you guys who are watching this later, thank you guys so much for watching. It's pretty incredible. You know, there's like a group of dedicated podcast listeners, and there's some of you that are like dedicated watch it later video people. Hi. Thank you for that. We have a fun show ahead, as always. And it is designed with you in mind, although we stop talking to you here shortly so that we can try to focus on the actual recording of our podcast. This never goes as planned. However, we do try our best to pin your comments for later and not actually get into conversations with the chat during the recording of the show because it makes Ian's life hell. And we do have productive conversations about how I should shut my mouth more.
Never. No, are you kidding? I would never do that.
No, I try to be like, Danae, pull it together.
Pull your shit together.
There's been twice in recent history that I have said, I'm going to do a better job this week and then I just completely fuck it up.
No, it's fine.
I don't know. Oh, I see you're putting things on screen.
Yeah, I was playing with this because it allows YouTube and Twitch to talk to each other if we have the comments up. I just wish I could reposition it.
No, you can do that on OBS.
Yeah,
so
I know.
We could switch over to a totally new system.
Yeah. But we'll see. Either you guys get to see, talk to each other and whatnot, but I don't want it to be in the way and whatnot. I don't want to be distracting.
You know, you can put them up on screen. That's totally fine. We can try it.
On screen.
Oh, hey, it's good to see you.
Hello.
KC5 VKG.
What?
That sounds like
been a while.
In Cincinnati. Yeah, you can't block the Derper Bright. Well, you know, it was a little transparent though, so it was like scrolling over the butt. And doesn't that sound interesting?
Just loads of tongue emojis because then they'll just like lick the butt.
Please tell us if you guys catch any audio issues. If you want to do fact checking while we do the show, we just finished watching, grabbed something to eat, ran downstairs. And so, as you guys know, there might be things we miss, and you have had the blessings of time to prepare for the show. I go in completely blind. He's seen everything at least 700 times. So with that, I think we're ready to get started.
Let's do it. Welcome to 10 Forward, the part of the show where we grab something from the replicator. Yes, I know it's not the replicator in TOS, and share our immediate thoughts and feelings on the episode we just watched together. Most important thing first, what would you like from the food dispenser ambassador?
I'd like to have a gun that doesn't need to be reloaded.
Oh, well, you'll find many of those throughout all of TV, film, and TV and Hollywood and whatnot. That's just where you're going to see that. I would like... what would I like? Oh, no, I want shirts ripped uniform.
Oh.
Shirts? Did I say shirts?
There's 2 ripped tunics in this episode. So which one do you want? Do you want the one that's extremely short and shows butt cheeks, or do you want the one that's like more of a shirt?
I want to do that take again because I'm pretty sure I said shirt and not Kirk. I want Kirk's ripped shirt is what I want specifically.
Oh, can I tell you something that was in my notes?
Please. That's why we're here.
This would be an amazing cosplay outfit today.
Oh, what if it was just ripped?
So it's just you have a black collar on and then like a ripped up like yellow tunic that's very dirty.
Yeah.
And then you just put like this smear of, I don't know, bruised blue across half of your face.
Big purple shiner on my cheek.
Little dollop of red for the blood.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you just look fucking insane and then that'd be fun. Wouldn't it be fun? I would love
that, but I'm not tearing one of my TOS uniforms.
I'll do it for you.
I think you missed the point. Ambassador, give us a synopsis.
In today's episode, our beloved original crew decides that it's time for a break. 3 weeks have passed. Some shit's gone down. Everyone's stressed out.
3 months.
3 months have passed from stuff. Why does it say 3 months? Is that when the...
Well, what's fun is that's basically how long the show had been on the air. For 3 months. So he is talking about their 3 months. Because
it's season 1, of course.
It's season 1. This is episode 15. So it's actually like 4 months, but time.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I kind of love that.
So the crew is exhausted and they need a break. And we see the crew go down to this uninhabited planet where they are... I don't even know how to describe this.
Yeah, it's a good description.
Accosted.
Yes.
By
their own imagination.
A unique entity that lives on a planet that allows them to manufacture what they think of in an instant.
Yep.
And then have it kill you. And then take them underground to heal them where they continue to have their hopes and dreams realized in an eternal cycle. Essentially, this is the very first holosuite episode.
It really is. It's the alien holodeck. This would be, I think in TNG, this would be the computer is linked to your brain and it's creating whatever you want to create.
Yeah, it's an episode where there's a mystery about how, like, they're trying to figure out why what they're thinking of is becoming real and what is not real. But yeah, this is like Star Trek's first attempt at making a holodeck episode where whatever you want can happen and there aren't really any consequences.
Yeah.
Only it's an alien planet doing this, knowing that they're making sex mannequins for everyone. So that's this episode.
Not what they made.
That is absolutely what they made.
Why would you?
There was such an emphasis on this being like a real thing.
Hypothetical. Don't cast any judgment on me here. Hypothetical. If you could create anything, why would you create a sex doll? Why not create a sex person? Why would you?
Well, that's what they are. Everything. They are sex people that they turn into like this weird silicone version of themselves whenever they're like expired.
I guess. Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah, because once the knight died, he just like turned back into
its constituent
parts. So, but at first it was like a full sex doll. In that case, it was a murder knight. But
so I figured it was because like there was a vagueness to it. Like McCoy asked for in my head, this is how I've always thought about it. Probably because I first watched it when I was a kid. But because McCoy just thought of a generic knight, there wasn't any detail beneath the suit of armor. So that's why it looked like a generic doll thing.
Interesting.
But your thing makes way more sense that it's dead and it starts to decompose.
Yeah.
Expired sex dolls. Jesus, what are we doing?
When we poke that mannequin, I don't think I've ever been so uncomfortable watching this show.
Yeah,
it's just like, it like squishes.
Yeah, that took me back to like Doctor Who special effects. Like it was freaking creepy.
It was a lot. There's a lot to unpack in this episode, but yes, it is an episode where what you want on a shore leave is not what you want on a shore leave, but then again, it is exactly what you want on your shore leave.
I think McCoy pretty much sums all of that up. give us some overall thoughts and feelings and your what the fuck moment. Because I started this off by boldly assuming you might like this episode quite a bit. And I could be wrong.
Yeah, this episode is interesting. I don't know how much I liked it. I definitely did not love it.
But it's not Spock's brain. I mean, come on.
I would watch Spock's brain before I'd watch this one again.
No, you're killing me.
No.
You're killing me. I think I would too. I think you've broken me. I think this podcast is rapidly coming into Danae moves Ian away from Star Trek rather than the other way around. It's wild.
So the overall thoughts and feelings, I think it was I figured it out really fast. Like the very moment that they said it's like Alice in Wonderland, and then we see Alice in Wonderland, it telegraphed it so quickly. So I didn't really have a moment to kind of like wonder what the mystery was.
It's one of those weird things where it's a twist that's revealed early, and I think it's meant to be really obvious to the audience, but then that makes it extremely frustrating when nobody else figures it out. It takes so long for everyone else to catch on to what is happening.
Yeah, the issue for me was, again, the length, because in the whole episode, I'm just like, come on, guys, catch up to me here. But maybe it was such an unbelievable thought when it first released that they really needed to make sure people were understanding, like, this isn't a fantasy. This isn't an illusion. This is real. And they're trying to kind of explain how it's happening, and they're doing it in these different ways. Whereas now in modern Star Trek, it's like, yeah, of course that can happen. But, you know, I think I understand why. But they do this in TOS a lot, where they over explain what's happening because they have a lot of heavy lifting to do. This is a brand new show.
They also have 50 minutes to fill.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's so long.
It did feel long. It did feel long. There was a lot of like just so much trimming that could happen, you know, like Sulu calls over to Kirk and then it pans over to Kirk, who's just like 30 feet across the glade. And then we watch Kirk run 30 feet across the glade over to Sulu to be like, yeah, what's up? You know, and it's like, wow, that was a lot of time.
That is some damn fine run acting. You shut your mouth.
So there was a lot of what the fuck moments in this one for me. But of course, the first one is when the rabbit appears. You're just like, oh my Jesus, Lord God, what is happening?
I never know how these moments are going to hit, because I've watched it so many times, and as a kid I was like, oh, that's really fun. I kind of remember this is one that sticks out in my brain for obvious reasons. And the bunny is a big one of them. But it was really cool to look next to you and you're just like, that's not something I see in my Star Trek a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely had like the nice little head cock there. Look, you know, what's happening here? But it was really obvious because he had just said it, and then it was just okay, how is this working? What is the alien creature? How are they going to solve this? What's the resolution going to be? And my brain was going into those places rather than watching it. And I think that's why this is like a lower enjoyment for me, because it didn't keep me at the table. Whereas if I'm going to do a direct comparison to last week, I was kind of at the table more going, okay, so is he is everywhere? Is it really like, what is this society? There was more questions about the society. And again, didn't answer a lot of questions this time about this alien race either. They're just like, hey, you should just bring all your people down here. Like, there was no concern about whether that alien race was, the alien species is like siphoning their intellect.
Is insidious in any way? Like, what's in it? The first question should be,
what's in it for them?
In it for you? Why are you doing this?
Are they just
is it just you?
Are they bored toy makers?
Yeah.
You know?
Are they watching us? Is this their entertainment?
Is it them wanting to watch humans have sex with their creations? Because that is what this episode is all about. This is the sexiest and sexist episode we've seen so far, I think.
I think you're right. It's when they all return back to the bridge. Well rested. I mean, it's like, yeah, you guys didn't get much rest.
Yeah, it was interesting. I mean, the other what the fuck moments is definitely Finnegan. Finnegan was a massive what the fuck. That guy is absolutely batshit crazy. And it's this, like, the question of whether or not it was actually an accurate representation of him, or this horrible profiling.
There you go.
Or his angst about getting Kirk's angst about getting beat up by Finnegan, like just funneled into this weird rage that turned him into basically like a monkey. He was just around, and Finnegan is batshit crazy.
Absolutely insane. But I love that the point that you hit on there, which is it's the caricature that Kirk remembers from 15 years ago. He's not remembering a human being. He's remembering the trauma of this person that traumatized him. So it's this personification and embodiment. So I think that's why the caricature gets a little bit of a pass as, okay, it doesn't have to be realistic. It does kind of expose that Kirk doesn't like the Irish.
I mean, or the show doesn't like the Irish. You know, it was a very odd experience, but at the same time, it is what it is. It's honestly another great cosplay. If you are a tall person and you just get like a little blonde kind of page wig and you put on that costume and you just jump around with this insane smile on your face, laughing and pointing and mocking, then it could be really fun.
And I think it's the first time that we see the Academy uniform.
Oh,
because I presume that is the Academy uniform.
Yeah, of course.
Because it looks different. It's got
it's
a different
a
insignia
pastel
on it.
sort of blue,
and it was sparkly and stuff. I kind of love that. I love that. There is a few things that this episode does that I really, really like. Acknowledging that previous adventures have happened. All right, we don't get specifics, but the opening is all about we need shore leave. What a 3 months we've had. The stuff that this ship and crew has been through.
It's a lot,
especially because this episode happens immediately after Balance of Terror, which is the introduction of the Romulans, and they've just like avoided a war with the Romulans. And it was like, that's a traumatic experience for the entire crew. Now, it's not mentioned by name, but it's just one of the few times TOS will acknowledge itself and will acknowledge that other things have happened. And I just kind of love that. And the other fun thing is Kirk actually giving some backstory about his time at the Academy. It's very rare that we get stuff like that. Whereas nowadays, it's like everything has an origin story. Everything is explained. We need to know it all.
Yeah, there was a reflective moment with, I think it was Bones and Kirk, like when they were talking about him being bullied.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that was a nice little, like you said, like a little glimpse back. And then this Ruth person and kind of seeing, I'm guessing it would be like seeing Kirk's character and thinking, oh, he existed before this show.
Yes,
and that's I can see how that would be a unique thing to do. Although not anymore.
No, not anymore. And he actually says, McCoy's like, oh, were you like, I don't know what he says, something like, what were you like at the Academy? I bet you were a bit of a cad or whatever. And he's like, no, I was deadly serious. Like, and so Kirk was different in the Academy as well. He wasn't the Kirk that we know now. Whereas like the Chris Pine Kirk that was at the Academy
kind of was that way.
He wasn't serious. So it's interesting that we haven't kind of picked up on that. Even in Strange New Worlds, like Kirk, Paul Wesley's Kirk is very much Kirk. It's not this serious Academy Kirk.
But yeah, so overall, I thought it was interesting. Yeah. I was somewhat engaged, and some things kind of like kicked me out. But the more I think about it, I think I might. I know I like it. I'm just not sure like what level of like I'm at.
No, I'm with you. I like this episode. The what the fuck nature for me. This is more in what the fun, but for me, it's a great merger because there are a few what the fuck moments that are like, this is weird because you get to have like Night on a Horse. You get to have the bunny from Alice in Wonderland. There are some very weird that Finnegan is extremely what the fuck is going on. But it is fun to see them play. I just kind of wish we'd had more play and more imagination. It's almost like there's not imagination enough. And I know that's got to be a budget restraint. But like you get the tiger, you get the plane. This would just be a great. I kind of wanted more chaos because the middle third does drag a bit for me. When we've clearly figured out the mystery, like the fight scene with Finnegan is so long. I think it might be the longest in all of TOS. It goes on for so long. The mystery isn't strong enough to carry the episode. You almost need to bring in those aliens sooner and have a bit more of a to-do with those aliens where they're insisting and just like, no, you will have fun. But he actually just comes out from behind the tree and says, oops, sorry, picked it.
Well, I think that where this episode could have gone to sort of like bring Kirk and that fight have a little bit more depth other than just I'm fighting an old demon of mine would be to bring in that voice of Spock going, Kirk, you need to let this go. But instead it was leaning more into you feel better after you beat the shit out of somebody. And he's like, yeah. I do, which is such a weird thing to highlight now.
Way to handle that.
Like maybe people who, like to go to the destroy things places and they beat up all the electronics or, things like that. They just need to get that out. I get that we need to get out that sort of energy, the intensity. It needs to go somewhere. But to watch a character whose desire is to beat the living fuck out of somebody.
You need therapy, Kirk. That's what you need. You've got some unresolved trauma to talk through. Like
we're just watching it going, oh, this is fun. We're getting to watch two guys just like roll around in the desert, for this show, instead of it being like wow, Kirk is really struggling as an individual. And so
not a lot of call for that in the 60s.
No. So when Spock comes in at the end there and says like, you feel better, essentially, I was like, man, there's something missing there to give them even more depth, which is maybe Spock pressing in a bit on just the human tendency, I guess, to just need to just testosterone beat the shit out of somebody.
Yeah. But there's nothing on the sidelines. You're right. And I can imagine that happening in another episode where Spock and McCoy, McCoy isn't there, but Spock and somebody trying to talk Kirk out of it and bring him back to reality. Yeah. But Spock's just like, good time, bro.
Right. And if they didn't feel comfortable having a male character be that in touch with their feelings in the 60s, they could have easily given that to like a Ruth character.
Yeah, she was too busy being sidelined and
she was waiting
over by McCoy.
She was waiting to be used up.
Yes,
is what she was waiting to do.
Well, we start off the episode with something that starts a trend in Star Trek, which is we find a planet for shore leave. It's beautiful. It's paradise. And
but something is wrong.
Something is now wrong. And this just starts a trend of shore leave planets going wrong.
Do you feel like my predictions were pretty good?
Your predictions were.
I think they were pretty good.
Let's have a look. Kidnapping, an exploration to find the people that have been kidnapped.
That kind of happened with Bones a bit.
A little bit with Bones, a little bit. Straying off the beaten path causes danger. Well, they actually stay on the beaten path and that causes danger, but that happens later in the episode as well. Go on holiday, but they have to fix a war crime of some sort. I mean, there was a war crime done upon them.
That didn't happen as much, but the thing that I kept kind of sticking on is I don't know if TOS has the budget to put somebody inside of a costume to have stamen for arms, and then it's like a flower that reaches out and grab, but then immediately they have the budget to put somebody in a bunny costume.
They got the bunny costume. I want to know what movie that was meant to be in.
Probably
they didn't make it just for this episode.
No,
I guarantee that was already lying around.
This is borrowed footage from war stuff. This is borrowed quick tiger check.
Yeah.
These kinds of things. So anyway, I think my prediction was pretty spot on that something goes awry on a planet.
That's when I jumped in and was like, you're going to like this episode because of the costuming, and there's just a little bit more fun to be had with the costumes.
So I think I nailed it. But yes, so the first things first is we're like preparing for going down.
It's very clear the crew is absolutely exhausted.
I honestly am glad that you said that this is kind of sets the tone for future Star Trek episodes for shore leave going awry. Because I thought you were going to say it sets the tone for a woman giving a back rub to the captain on the bridge of the ship. So I was like, oh, does this keep happening? Because I feel like this is firmly a TOS thing, you know?
It is. The yeomans in TOS, they have a very specific purpose. And number one is look pretty. And number two is service the captain. And number three is allow the captain to be rude to you.
And grab your wrists. And,
the interesting thing in this moment is that it's actually less creepy than I initially thought it was, because Kirk is moaning about his back, and then Barrows goes straight in there and starts working on it, which is her bad. Like, ask permission, yeoman. But the cool thing is that Kirk thinks it's Spock. So he's like, get in there, Mr. Spock. Like, get
I didn't catch that.
Did you miss that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he says, push deeper, like Mr. Spock, like really dig in there. And then Spock steps down and looks at him. And then Kirk realizes, oh, it's not Spock giving me the back rub, it's the yeoman. And then that's when he stiffens up and he's like, that'll do.
I missed that
Completely
entirely.
reframes
Okay.
what's happening in that moment.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that better.
Yeah, I like that much, much better. He literally says, yeah, push deeper, Mr. Spock.
Okay, yes. Yep. Dig in there.
Totally changes that scene for me. Because initially I was like, this is a bit far even for Kirk. Like, just getting back rubs on the bridge from the pretty yeoman.
I thought this was interesting. We next see sort of this report that the Kirk asks for a report about basically the doctor's orders for shore leave. He leaves, and then we fade down to this beautiful green land, and it's the doctor and Sulu, and they're like super happy, and we get to see them kind of in like daylight. They're shot in the daylight.
Yeah, this is pretty rare. Just out in a
they're in the glade. It looks
filming
like
filming on a separate location that isn't on the lot is more expensive and it's trickier. So there is a freshness to this episode that looks different.
Yeah, and it was kind of like, oh, look at them. It's very interesting to me to see the like McCoy, for example, is also wearing eye makeup. And like it's like the thing that makes it look a little different, that makes the audience flipping through the few channels on the television. Like, we need them to stop and look. And what's going to do that? Makeup, eyeshadow specifically. And usually when they're on the bridge set, I don't notice it as much. But here in the broad daylight, it's like, yeah, you are like straight up just smudged it on.
Do you know why it is as well?
Why?
One of the reasons is that the majority of TVs were black and white.
Oh.
And that makeup makes the eyes stand out more and it looks more profound. So it's a hangover from it not meaning to be in color.
Right. That makes sense to me.
That's really cool. I love that.
So we're told here that there's no animals, no people, and that's sort of like where we're at. You have to see this to believe it. It's like out of Alice in Wonderland, the captain, you have to come down here. And they talk about the captain being under a lot of pressure. We learned that there's 430 other people aside from the crew on the ship.
Yeah, 432 in total. 433. Because he says his problems, Sulu's problems, Dr. McCoy's problems, plus 430 others. So yeah, I always love getting a little bit of a fact. I wonder if that's the first time we actually
get the number.
Population
I would wonder,
because this is episode 15, so it's pretty early.
And then Sulu goes to sort of scan the biology of the planet so that they can get some information. And the doctor spots the rabbit that comes up and Alice that comes over. Sulu doesn't see anything, and then we have the camera walking straight up, like dun dun dun.
I love McCoy in this moment so much. DeForest Kelley's acting is so fun. Just he has the perfect reaction, which is pure disbelief. Like they just hammered home how there is no animal life on this planet at all, and a fucking cosplay bunny walks out of nowhere, and then followed by, and Alice is just like, have you seen a bunny in a waistcoat go by? And his little
he just points
that way. It's just great. And then the comic, Sulu! It's like, it feels like a episode of Friends, like a sitcom thing. It doesn't feel like serious Star Trek. I love McCoy in that moment.
Yeah, it's really, really fun. Then we hear the captain's log, which it's interesting because I'm noticing more that the captain's log is resetting the framework at every stage. And I know that they do this in every single one of them, but it seems like TOS is even more. But I'll pay more attention if we get back into TNG, like how the captain's log is used as like a storytelling device, because certainly in TOS, it's like let me just remind you what's happening on screen. Whereas I feel like TNG, there's still an evolving mystery to it. Maybe, I don't know. It just feels like they used it a little differently.
It definitely happens a lot in TNG. I do think it happens more in TOS.
Yeah.
And just to steal a comment from the live show, Intelmouth says 100% it's a reset after a commercial.
Yeah.
Totally makes sense.
100%.
Now that you've come back from the commercial, here's your update.
Or you're just tuning in and we're getting you caught up.
Yeah, exactly. Here's a little overview.
But what I don't like about that is right here at this moment is when Kirk says it's almost too good to be true. And rather than being, he does some things that are really smart. Like doesn't let the entire crew come down until a mystery.
Them.
Yeah.
They're ready. And he radios back up and he's like, nope, stop them all. And I was like, yes,
that's what you're supposed to do.
That's exactly
but then he
what you should do.
Completely undoes it by letting them all go later at the very end.
Completely agree.
And I don't know, there's just, he opts to not leave when they have an opportunity to. There's multiple moments as they realize their communications are going down and they're not going to be able to beam, that he could have gotten everybody back to safety. And this is where I don't know what the show is trying to tell me, but and it was mentioned in the chat too, it just seemed like there was some kind of mind control going on, or some kind of like a I don't know.
Kind of making you dopey.
A drug. Yeah, like a poppy sort of.
Because Sulu definitely acted dopey.
Yeah.
Kirk was acting dopey with Ruth. They get really sucked into the illusion and believing that it's real, and they get fixated on the thing in front of them.
Or how Bones was talking to whatever her name is. I'll call her Princess.
Barrows. That's hard for me too, because I don't know. Their relationship like pops up out of nowhere. So it would help if there was some kind of like thing in the atmosphere that's making them susceptible to imagination or susceptible to drifting off. But I don't know how much of it was just, it's the 60s, hey, we need some love in this episode.
Yeah, but it was a lot more than I'm used to seeing, probably because it's a shore leave sort of vibe. There's even the extras like Angela or whatever her name was.
Oh, we'll get to Angela.
Is she important?
She is acting interestingly, considering in the last episode her husband died.
Oh God. Anyway, so it's just like the captain is already a little suspicious, and then that really distracted me for the rest of the episode, because I just have too high of standards at this point. I think I'm spoiled for what should be protocol when you're going on to an alien planet.
Mm-hmm. No, and for me, the real crime here is actually McCoy, because McCoy is the first one that's seen the thing go wrong, and he makes his report to Kirk and says, come on down, instead of doing a battle station's red alert, everybody get up, even if I am hallucinating, that's fine, we'll just get back to the ship. But if this is as bad as we think it is, then that's the safest bet. But he really plays it off a little bit. No,
the problem is Kirk, who hears Bones say, I am medically unfit, and says, stop pulling my leg, ha, 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 and just completely ignores him.
This came up before there's...
I'll take your report under consideration.
But this is the problem. McCoy is a prankster. Like, McCoy does do shit like this. He
shouldn't be a doctor.
He probably shouldn't.
A starship.
He does make jokes. He does take the piss out of Spock. He'll like do pranky things like this that Kirk is used to. So Spock, it's a boy who cried wolf situation. Like, McCoy should be like, no shit this time. Seriously, something's messed up and I might need help here. So that's why I think the onus really falls on him, because McCoy and Kirk are so buddy. He needed to push harder on Kirk, just like, nope, Jim, serious talk.
Yeah.
Not pranking you. Clearly, you've misunderstood what I'm saying here. But McCoy's just like, nah, coming down and see it for yourself. Yeah, fuck that. He didn't. Spock did it. McCoy failed. McCoy
you're talking to the chat. You're not supposed to do that.
That's because I'm editing and I know when to cut this out.
Chat Tucker. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's the real war crime for me. McCoy is massively negligent.
We do get to have a moment when Spock tricks Kirk to go down to the planet. However, this was pretty clever. He's like, hey, we've got somebody on the ship who has, this is what their medical stuff shows. They're not performing at their best. And Kirk is like, we got to get them down for shore leave. What's this person's name? And he's like, James Kirk, enjoy yourself, Captain.
It's you, fucker. I got you, bitch, is what Spock is thinking in his head, but he can't say. It's a trick so good they use it again in TNG. In the episode Captain's Holiday, Picard is refusing to take any break, and Deanna I do have one of those buttons. Deanna approaches him and says, there's a problem. We've got somebody on the crew that is overworked. They are in danger to themselves and to the ship. And Picard is just like, Picard catches on a little bit quicker and he's like, who are we talking about? And it's so funny because there's like a scene transition and then Riker comes along and says something about, have you seen this, Captain? Have you seen this is nearby? And Picard's eventually like, is everyone on a conspiracy to put me on holiday? So they do this ganging up thing on Picard as well. So it was almost word for word the same scene.
It's pretty fun.
It's really, really fun.
Yeah, but Kirk is unamused.
Kirk is not amused by that.
But we do see the appearance of a gun. So then the mystery continues to develop for those of us watching, where a rock lifts up and behold a gun, because Sulu apparently is a collector of weapons? Question mark?
Yeah,
I mean, that seems to be, he's really excited about it.
This is a classic give them a trait we didn't know they had, because Sulu's also really into plants because of one episode as well. Like he's found fussing over like botany for some reason. So he's a weapons collecting botanist tactical officer. I think the idea is that because he mans the phasers, he therefore really likes guns.
It's an easy thing to do. And maybe because of his ethnicity, he's more prone to samurai attacks as well. It seems a little bit weird,
that was
but whatever.
Interesting. That's an interesting choice.
It is a very interesting choice. So the captain beams down with Barrow and and they walk over to Bones, who shows the footprints of the rabbit. And this basically gives the complexity of, this is not a delusion. This is really happening. And so begins something that is my most, I mean, there's some frustrating things that are happening here, but the other thing that Kirk does a terrible job at, he splits the party over and over over.
He has so much favoritism as well. He's like, Spock with me because I don't want you to die. Sulu, you're on your own. You go around that rock. I'm taking the really strong Vulcan. It's
crazy. It's really, really crazy. So we're hearing this like little tinkle, tinkle, tinkle noise, and it reminds me of the Spock attack, like when he was doing that ceremony, and they had like the tingling, and it was just the whole time there was the tinkle, tinkle, tingles. Yeah. This planet has the tinkle, tinkle, tinkles as well. It also choreographs everything, which is not called choreography when it involves music, but it musically tells on itself at every turn.
Oh, it really does. Yeah. This is when you should be concerned. This is when it's silly.
Lovey-dovey music. Yes. We have sexy lady music. We have Danger Noodle music. Yeah. We have Danger Tiger music. Like there's just all of these different things, and it's not as subtle as storytelling these days, and so it's incredibly distracting.
It's one of the big reasons I sigh when it comes to going back to TOS with certain episodes, and it is the emphasis of the lovey-dovey music, because you'll also have like the frosted blurry screen when a camera lens when a woman comes on screen. It's literally just a blurred lens that makes her look really shiny and spectral. And the overdramatic music, the long eye contact between Pretty Woman and whoever is looking at Pretty Woman, like that's not of everything, I'm going to take that back, of many things that age poorly with TOS. That's the one storytelling wise where I'm like, let's go, let's move along, people, move along. This doesn't matter, especially when we know the relationship isn't going to go anywhere because of one episode memory. It's just, isn't she pretty to look at right now? So that's always hard for me to come back to. And there's so much of it in this with
this
Barrows.
Episode for sure has so much of the damsel in distress going for it.
So much.
This also kind of around this moment when they're interrupted of trying to figure out the bunny rabbit footprints by a gunshot, because Sulu has just decided to like just fire at something randomly. So it kind of doesn't really go anywhere. We thought maybe somebody was going to be in trouble. There's also like red on the trees, and I kept thinking that was going to be, I don't know what the red on the trees was about, but there was red all over the trees.
Yeah, that was weird. Was
that never really paid off. I don't know if they were on a set that was someplace. I thought maybe it was meant to be blood, but at the same time, it wasn't nearly, there was never injuries that sort of reflected the blood. So it was a little, confusing for me, but we have the gunshot going off, and Sulu's super hyped up and happy about his weapon. And also an antenna begins to appear.
I love this antenna so much.
And that is my other what the fuck is going on, which is this like kind of like it comes on for the camera and it just sort of overlays and
like
it's
a little Comcast antenna.
so
It's just
funny.
like, hello. But it's an interesting bit of framing because it looks like it's attached to the camera.
It does.
And then just the POV of it is really strange. I do like it. I just wish it looked different. I wish it looked like something that wasn't on Earth. Like I could, in this room, construct something that wasn't an antenna that would look like an alien antenna. Like they must have had two-hand anything that would have made that look alien. But it's like Gene Roddenberry brought that in from his TV and said, we're going to use this as the alien telescope.
Yeah.
Or periscope, whatever it was, scanner thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is when they're talking about, so then the antenna's on screen and they're starting to kind of follow the tracks, and Bones and Kirk are sort of walking across the field and talking about like their history. And this is when Finnegan first appears. So
yeah,
he's like, you follow the rabbit, I'll backtrack the girl, I'll meet you on the other side of the hill. And then all of a sudden this jaunty tune starts playing.
Top of the morning too, yeah.
And thus appears Finnegan, who promptly punches Kirk in the face and then begins to kind of taunt him. And so Kirk is going to attack him, and they kind of are like teasing each other, but then there's screaming happening, and then this like kooky music is playing that reminded me of Willy Wonka. And this is when we come across one of two women being accosted in this episode.
I think all three of them. No, yeah, two of them are accosted. Yeah, Angela is it not Martinez? Angela, damn it, hang on. Angela Martine, who Kirk incorrectly calls Teller when he beams down, but that is Angela Martine. And the problem is they were reusing people, but to make the crew look bigger, they would use the same actor but give them a different name. But the problem was this was going to be too close after the Balance of Terror, where she'd already appeared. So in the script, she was Teller, and then it got changed to Angela Martine.
Okay.
And she's the one whose husband died in the previous episode, and yet she's like cuddling up to
it is the same character, or it's the same actor?
Same actor and same character.
Okay. And her husband died how?
Killed while doing battle with Romulans on the ship. Not on the ship. He wasn't like hand-to-hand combat, but he died when the Romulans attacked the Enterprise.
Okay.
They just got married at the beginning of the episode, Danae. Just got married and then he dies.
What a day.
What a day for them.
So in this scene, we come across Barrow, who had thought about Don Juan, and he appears and attempts to, I guess, assault her sexually.
Yeah, rip her clothes, and somehow he disappears.
That's
magically.
the insinuation.
Yes.
Now, I've never read Don Juan before,
Neither
but
had I.
I now have more questions than ever about this character. So I haven't done any research as to like why this person would appear, and then instead of like wooing someone or having a conversation with them, he would be obsessively owning them and seeing them as like an animal mate.
Oh, because deep down, that's what all women want, Danae. That's the reason.
I mean, I literally had a conversation with a gay man last night who was giving really interesting insight into like the things that the guys talked about growing up in like the 90s about how sex works and things like this. And he discussed a conversation with his friends where they're like, this is why you have to have sex this way, because women have to have it this way. And it was just this like really just
matter of fact,
you do it like this because they need this. And I'm like, this is actually really insightful, because that seems to be how many men approached me.
Oh man, that is so true. So, there is a key to unlock. There is one way to do things, and this is a psychology of women, and it's so much more complicated, and obviously.
Like, I feel like sometimes there's a misrepresentation about how quote unquote men are, because I don't like making like blanket statements or something. But it was just like when it was Don Juan, and Don Juan attacked her and hurt her and was ripping off her clothes, is that a character trait of Don Juan, or is that the portrayal of what men are supposed to do? Like, do we know?
I have no idea about Don Juan. I've just done a quick Google search. And he is his fictional character, obviously created by Lord Byron. And he is a charming but arrogant seducer. So my guess based on that would be he is an amalgamation of like aggressive, seductive machismo, and maybe in the poem or whatever he appeared in.
Okay, so he's more a player, is what's being said.
Yeah, I think that's the idea. No, damn it, the word. Don't say anything. Nope, it's gone. Damn it.
It could come back.
Not aficionado, but it's something like that. No, gigolo.
I love you guys. Casanova?
No, it's not Casanova.
Is he a Don Juan?
Don Juan is the best.
He's a Don Juan, is what he is.
He's a God damn it, artist. He's an artiste. What's the word? Oh, it's now broken into connoisseur. It's now that's closer. It's now broken into really annoying. Affogato? No. God damn it. Not a cadaver. Keep going. One of you will get there.
Why don't you look it up?
I have nowhere to go.
So the word that you're trying to, chauvinist?
No. Lothario! Lothario, that's it! Yes, I knew one of you would get to it.
That was literally not done. Anything that started with a C. Oh my God. Oh my God.
It's the Ario. That's what it is. Casanova, philanderer. That's a good one. He's a philandering Lothario. I
don't even know what that word is.
Chauvinist or Lothario? Lothario? Well, Lothario is like, oh, I just seduce women. Casanova was a Lothario.
So, but there's a difference in seducing women and then like not wanting to be in a committed relationship and being aggressive physically.
Yeah, he's a very aggressive Lothario. Yeah.
But there was while we were talking about like all of this, Polly points out that Don Juan is more romantic, but it's a thing that in the 60s, a hero may be more forceful, especially in Westerns. And this is something that I'm always really sensitive to. Effect? Yeah, like how often women are grabbed at the wrist is infuriating. So and it happens a lot. So and it's in this one as well. So yeah, I definitely had that vibe of like, anyway, Don Juan appears and is trying to aggressively sexually own this character. And that was another big what the fuck, honestly, for me. Right. But I don't think an intended one. I think the audience at home is supposed to go, "Oh no, she's been hurt. She needs to be rescued."
More normal, more normal on TV.
Because then they continue to put her in that role of needing to be rescued. Yeah. So,
I mean, and she, just to skip ahead a bit, she moves on pretty quickly to then this sudden seduction by McCoy. And McCoy is her knight in shining armor, even though Sulu is the one that's run off to defend her honor and chase down Don Juan.
Yes, he did.
He did. But yeah, and then she's like happy to be seduced and has the princess outfit. And it's just, the characterization of women is so rough. It's so hard to buy into. And that entire segment of McCoy falling in love, and I guess it's to build towards his death and his stabbing so that she will feel some feelings about it. But just all of it is just, it makes for very frustrating watching for me.
Yeah, it is very frustrating watch.
And it also ties back like that scene and Kirk fighting Finnegan also ties back into that for me. Is there something going on in the atmosphere here where they can't resist? Like, I wish that had been spelled out.
I do too.
Like, there's something where they have to pursue this figment of their imagination, because it feels like they're just pursuing their own natural impulses.
The ending to this episode is another what the fuck for me, which is just this sort of like Kirk Just sort of like a weird
Sorry,
laugh.
the laugh didn't work for you?
And where I like to think is that they were mind controlled a bit. And that's him coming to realize all the shit he just did and trying to like emotionally reconcile as he's like grimacing through it. Like it was a really fucked up. This is a horror episode, honestly.
It could be. This is what I thought as well. At the very beginning with the bunny music, and it's like, oh, tippy top, super comical. Change that score, make it dark, make it spooky, make this episode full horror, and I think I like it. I actually think I like it a lot more. Like really eerie. Like that bunny is creepy.
The
this
bunny,
is danger.
all
this
of
isn't
it.
Funny.
Yeah,
everything here,
and
especially the sexual assault, is bad.
And Kirk, instead of protecting his crew, wants to give in to his desires, and he ends up inviting the entire ship to go down and indulge with him. And they all like that would be. I've been trying not to say this because I'm trying not to skip ahead, but I can't hold it back any longer. It is such like it's insane bullshit. Every single person would need to go through training to control their minds because that planet should be on fucking fire right now.
It really should. Because
like somebody could have just thought of a nuke or something. Like it's fucking crazy.
It's so low because it's like impulsive thought. Spock mentions a tiger. The person with the most mental control in the ship, he mentions a tiger and it appears behind him.
Yeah.
The entire place should be like subjected to every random thought unless there are actually some controls in place and they're being filtered by the alien that's like, okay,
that's too
nukes
far.
Are off the table, that's too far.
But I
know the tiger won't kill him. Fine, he can imagine the tiger.
But it's not too far to actually kill them and bring them back. It's not too far to harm them and then have to drag them below ground for medical care.
And sexual
That's
assault.
not too far.
Like the pain that Barrows felt
crazy.
is real. Like how did that get past the filter?
What was that episode or that show? Was it Westworld?
Yes.
This is like
Westworld.
This is 100%. Like Westworld, or like there was that one too, was like called the Dollhouse or something like that.
Dollhouse, yeah.
And it was about women who were like designed, like basically they would go in and they give their brain to an organization and they turn into these dolls that are kind of can be sent on missions and stuff. But this definitely had a lot of that.
Yeah. Subject to the Summer Glau curse, which was whenever she appeared in something, the show got cancelled.
But anyway, back into it. We're seeing more of this antenna as Kirk is trying to run off after Sulu because Sulu had gone after the Don Juan Acoster. And instead of finding Sulu, he finds a flower and he fucking touches it. He doesn't even hesitate.
The flower reminds him of his love.
But it did. Well, he seems to be like really reflective and happy, and I'm like very Poppy-esque again, like sort of maybe alluding that there was something going on that they didn't really tell us exactly. But that's what makes this episode work. There has to be some kind of external force. Anyhow, he looks up, and there is Ruth, and she walks towards him, and she's wearing this like half white, half black thing, and I'm thinking, oh, interesting. What a like juxtaposition of the dark and the light of whatever's happening on this planet. I don't think that's actually what they meant at all. I think they just put her in a pretty dress and she says, Jim, darling, it's me. And he's really confused, but she nuzzles him. And then we go to Captain's Log, Stardate 3025.8. There was like a little question at it. I think that's it. And he says the investigation of the unusual planet continues. It can't exist, but it's undeniably real. And that's when I was like, yeah, they'd be fucking, because you wouldn't say undeniably real where he's like with Ruth, like he touched her boobs.
Yeah, I don't
he
think
knows. He knows it's true. No, not then, but that's later.
Yeah, bonking definitely happened without a question.
This is also when the devices start to kind of fail, the communications start to fail. And he's talking to Ruth and it's like, I can't believe this. It's been 15 years. You haven't aged. And I wrote down, is this another salt monster? Because this is the same kind of thing,
funny.
Right? Where someone looks like somebody and then all of a sudden, like, I kept thinking that the planet was sort of giving these people, it was like manifesting different versions of itself to try to take something from the people, seduce, fight, energy. Whatever.
Yes.
And then we were going to kind of see that overlay of like the salt monster, but it didn't happen.
Funny. No, because that was way back at the beginning of that was like episode 1 or 2, I think. The man trap episode 1 if you don't include the cage. So yeah, sorry, Danae, it happened this season already.
Yeah.
Nice catch though. I mean, obviously Q is the other one as well. I wondered if you suspected this as being a Q-like entity. Because this is pretty close to what Q does. Like, this is messing with people.
The idea they want us to believe by the end is that under the surface of the planet is a force field and a manufacturing organization.
Yes, a factory.
That is so powerful that it can scan your thoughts and then create a living version of that to interact with.
Hundreds of 3D printers and transporter technology.
Yeah, it is.
You 3D print the imagined thing, beam it up, and voila, playtime.
What would have been crazy is to learn that the planet was once not there, but then somebody interacted with an alien and they thought about a planet and the planet appeared. And that was like the whole beginning of this entire space. Because it's like, we need to understand this technology. And the alien's like, yeah, you're not ready for that yet.
Well, and it's one of the bigger cop-outs because usually TOS will be like, we are the Gambons and we have been around as pure energy beings for millions of years and we are observing your people. But this time, like, no writing happened at all. It was just, you're not ready for this. We make things enjoy. That's all of the explanation. We don't get a name. We get absolutely nothing from them.
No, and like some of all the characters always run away. Finnegan runs away. The rabbit runs away. Alice runs away. Ruth talks to Kirk and says, come with me. And he's like, I can't. And she's like, well, you'll see me again if you want to. And she smells a flower and she walks off on her own as well. So,
well, it's interesting because
they're not even trying to like pull them into a central location or like into a maze and separate them. They're all separating themselves. It's crazy.
Completely voluntary. But I do like that nothing vanishes because then it's not like imagination. Like, they did go to some effort to make sure we know these are physical things. Like, they are happening. They're not just projections or anything like that. They are a physical thing that is coming up. They are literal sex bots that are coming up, and it never gets into the problematic area of using another person's image and then having fun times with that person. Like, you couldn't do this today because of like the deep fakiness of it, and it's problematic when Geordie does it in TNG. But yeah, these are problematic holograms made real.
But don't think about that too much because now we get to go into problematic assigning gender specific things to characters, because in the next scene it is Bones and what's her name? Barrows. As Barrows says that in a place like this, a girl should be dressed like a fairy tale princess with a tall hat and a veil, and Bones laughs. Then armies of Don Juans to fight off, and me too. And she's like, promise. And they get closer and they're holding hands. And then there's a dress in the corner. And she's like, look at me, doctor, a lady to be protected and fought for. And it's just like, Jesus,
Can we
Lord
just skip
God.
it all? Like, it's where it is desperately what this episode is missing is some funny juice or something in the atmosphere that makes them susceptible to dummery. Like, it's I just want to skip it all. I want to skip all of this section.
It's so frustrating.
I don't like McCoy's character.
No, he's awful.
He's just awful.
He literally says, my dear, I'm a doctor. When I peek, it's in the line of duty. And then he fucking peeks.
He consistently peeks.
It's so gross.
It's all of it's gross. It's not McCoy. Anyway. It doesn't feel in character for me. Chekhov, I could buy Chekhov doing that.
You have to believe that they're like under some kind of control of some kind.
Even though they never say it.
They never say it.
You have to believe
But don't worry. After he peeks, it's no big problem because there's a tiger. And we cut over to the recently widowed woman with her new love interest. And they are clinging to each other as the tiger comes closer and closer.
Angela.
But don't worry. The tiger also walks off.
Question. Does she run into the tree? Why does she get knocked out? Does she faint because of like vapors or something?
No. She gets shot by the plane.
Does she?
Yeah, the plane, because he's like looking up, right?
I mean, I know they're running from the plane, but I didn't see her get. That would be.
Oh, that was later. That was in a different scene.
Yeah, it's sorry. I skipped ahead a little bit.
Yeah. So when at that moment he's thinking about the planes from like the plane appears. He's like, hey, remember earlier when I was talking about the plane?
Remember in the middle of this emergency when I took the time to talk to you about World War II fighter planes?
That's it. And she's like, should we be scared? And he says, no, not unless it does that one run. And then it starts to do the run, and then it starts to fire out the machine, and then they run away from it and she gets shot in the back.
Oh, interesting. Honestly, it looks like they're holding hands, they run, and he doesn't see the tree and just yeets her into a tree, and then she falls down. Because there's no like blood on her or anything, but I guess getting shot by the plane makes much more sense.
At this point, there's some conversation back and forth between Spock and Kirk as they talk about the birds appearing. But this is like the second time we talked about birds appearing. It's the whateverth time about hallucinations versus reality.
At this point, we're kind of done.
The samurai appears because of a secret hatch, and Sulu ends up getting up with Kirk, but the phasers aren't working, the communications aren't working, all this stuff. And this is when Spock appears because what?
Don't skip this bit.
Okay,
he doesn't just appear.
He has to beam in with. It's a struggle beam.
Yes. They're my favorite beams, and they are so rare in TOS. It's a struggle beam. So he's beaming down, someone's appearing. He's beautifully black backdropped.
Yes,
there's like the low angle on the camera.
Good.
He's against that, and it's just like, whee.
It's like really trying hard.
And it's like, I know when this beam should have ended. So the fact that it's going longer means something. And McCoy's like, something's blocking it. Or Kirk's like, something's blocking the transporter beam. They're trying to come down. Obstructing it.
Yeah.
And then it whistles even longer. And eventually he makes it. I just love an extended transporter beam sequence. And it's so rare in TOS. And I love it. I love it so much.
He strands himself because he uses the last bit of energy to beam one more because he couldn't talk to anybody. So he had to beam down, and he came down to talk about basically what he's been finding out, which is something is happening under the surface.
I do kind of respect him beaming down to communicate that information. Like, we're in trouble either way. I am the one with the most knowledge right now. I'm assuming Scotty is in charge of the ship. He's left somebody responsible up there. So
hello.
They would never do that. I do kind of get that they should, but they don't. I kind of get Spock doing that out of desperation. Like, you need my knowledge right now, and I can't get it to you.
But they do the thing where there's an emergency. There's, sometimes there's gunfire and you have to run away. Now they hear the tiger again. They decide to split up. And then we cut over to the knight on a horse coming towards Bones. And this is where things get kind of more serious because Bones straight up fucking dies.
Yeah, I actually kind of like this. I kind of like that he dies. Like, the stakes shift, the tone of music changes. There is a genuine stakes to this. And I don't know if it feels obvious that he's going to live now, but I don't know how obvious that is in the 60s. I wonder if people actually thought maybe he does die here.
Well,
I don't know.
It is an interesting moment because, and how are they going to undo something like that? Because they do drag off his body, and the body of the knight. By they, I mean like the alien race or whatever species is kind of in control of this.
I told you it's the
place. Exactly. So we know that they're like retrieved, but yeah, at this point he genuinely is dead. So he's out, and they're all kind of like just surprised and shocked, and they realize this is a really horrible place to be, and they don't know how they're going to get off because there's no way to communicate.
Spock has all of the answers, but the episode still has a lot of time left. So here's a 10-minute fight sequence with Finnegan. Like, did you love the fights in TOS? And there were some great Kirk flying kicks, but even for you, this must have dragged a bit. Or did you enjoy this jumping about of Vasquez rocks?
We cannot go on to that yet. We have to talk about this because this is when they go over and they discover that the mannequin is weird.
Oh yeah.
I want to watch this scene again so bad.
Why?
Because I want to figure out what was going on. Was it a person that they poked and they put like makeup on them to look like a mannequin?
Yeah. That's what I've always thought.
Because the way that the cheek sort of bounced back, it looked crazy to me. Anyway, they got
no, I think that was a person, honestly.
Okay.
We could Google it.
I don't know.
Quick.
It squishes. It was really uncomfortable.
Was the knight in shore leave a real person? Let's have a look.
So this is when they get the tricorder out and they scan him and they realize that the knight is made of the same content as the planet. And then it cuts over to the plane shooting Angela. So then it's like their bodies getting like dragged out. So this is an interesting kind of section because it's a lot of action. It's a lot of like mystery. It's really building into that.
I just did a really quick Google. I might put this in the outtakes.
Okay.
The character was played by stuntman Paul Baxley during filming, but his face was concealed by a mask that was spray painted.
Okay. So there really was a squish.
Yeah, there really was a squish to it because it was a Halloween mask.
It really unnerved me.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
That's really funny. I mean, take that with a pinch of salt. That's a very quick Googling, but it's both things. It was a real person with a mask on, spray painted, has some squish to it. Yeah.
But then, yes, Finnegan shows up and talks about reinforcements, and Kirk runs off because he wants answers. And this then becomes, like you said, the longest fight scene in maybe TOS history. Who knows?
Think so. I mean, it's always nice to see Vasquez rocks. These are so many Westerns and so many TOS episodes are filmed in this place, and it's where the Gorn fight happens as well. So
probably just out there in the hills of Hollywood.
Yeah, just out in LA. That's just where it is. Just we're
going to just drive 45 minutes. And
so those spiked rocks are just embedded in most Star Trek fans' minds. And I think they appear in Lower Decks as well as like background rocks. But yeah, it drags. I'm not going to lie. Like I'm not a big fan of this fight, especially because it's so inconsequential.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy.
But yes, eventually we come out of that. And go on.
It goes on so long. I was looking for a quote here.
Yes.
It goes on so long that he says, "Sweet Jimmy boy, sleep as long as you like. Sleep forever and ever." And then he kind of like maniacally laughs. And we go to commercial, I think. And I think we're fading out. And I was like, oh, this is interesting because now Kirk is going to be taken with
down to the factory,
to like where Bones is gone, or where Angela is, or like we're gonna see whatever is next. But instead, he just kind of like wakes up and rolls over.
They just keep fighting,
and then he's like, "Won't you ever learn, Jimmy boy?" And Kirk is like, "I want one thing. I want answers." And Finnegan like gives this weird smile and then just like throws dirt into his face, and then they go into another frenzy of punches and rolling, and it was absolutely crazy, and it goes everywhere. Like that was like the halfway point of the fight, and I thought it was going to be an interesting resolution, but it wasn't.
No, it's just Spock says, I guess, "Do you feel better now, Captain?" And that's it. And they all gather, and then it's just self-resolved because the guy just pops out and says, "Hey, it was me."
The alien creature says to him, "I never answer questions from plebes, Jimmy boy."
Oh, Finnegan, yes.
And Kirk is like, "I'm not a plebe."
I'm not a plebe. But I think that's coming back to
so funny. Like I hadn't heard the word plebe until I was in my 20s.
Oh, that's so fun.
So that's just really fucking funny to me that this alien is taunting him, calling him a plebe. It was really, really funny.
Kirk was getting bullied at school, and that's it.
And then whenever the punching is over and he actually knocks out his bully and he like has this moment, Kirk just has the fucking craziest smile on his face.
He's got the Back to the Future smile.
He's so happy.
Crispin Glover's character, Marty McFly's dad, punches out Biff.
Yeah.
That's what he punched his Biff.
Oh boy. Then they finally realize they've got to control. Spock appears. They finally realize we've got to control our thoughts here. There's a force field underground that with large passages to the surface. He thinks about the tiger. The tiger appears like a little chain around its neck. And then they have to run back to the landing party, and the plane is coming in, and the warrior is tackling them. Like everything is kind of coming down to the craziness. And then just when you think that it shouldn't be over, Don Juan reappears.
Is he?
And tries to take her again. And when Kirk and Spock arrive back, Don Juan has his little rapier, like his sword, his fencing sword, and he's just whirling it around at the guys. And they basically are like, Don Juan sees Kirk coming, and he's like just shirt ripped open, bloodied face, and then Don Juan just runs off. He's like, I guess I'm done here.
Ran off so quick. I must have been taking notes because I missed his reappearance.
Oh, that was crazy. Yeah, he appears for the first. We get to see him for the first time.
I totally missed that.
And then Kirk is just like, don't ask any questions. That's an order. Don't talk. Don't breathe. Don't think.
Oh yeah, and then
just state attention and concentrate on attention. Don't think about anything. And that's when the caretaker finally appears.
Caretaker appears. That's. It would be wild if this was the same caretaker that's in Voyager. I'm sure somebody will try and make that connection at some point.
And the episode really just barrels to an ending here because
wrap it up.
Right at the moment when you should be able to ask questions about like, why have you trapped us? Why can't we communicate with our ship? What's going on? Like you think it's going to be a no, we're out of here, and then put up a little warning sign in space, like don't go here. But instead they full on they Rigel it up. They're like, this is the spot. And Bones reappears with furry, broad women. It's just fucking nuts.
Did you say Rigel it up?
Yeah.
As in Rigel, the planet?
Yeah.
I think you meant Risa.
Yeah.
But also Rigel is a planet in Star Trek.
So that was where the cabaret women were on Rigel 2. That's
Rigel
what
4.
It was Rigel 2.
The Rigel system appears many times.
It was Rigel 2
throughout Star Trek.
Pretty sure.
No, I believe you're the one that writes it all down.
But I probably wrote it down wrong. But it was probably
amazing.
2. Anyway,
no,
it's good. Like those bras though.
Yeah, those
Rigel
bras.
it up, baby. Like
Rigel it up.
What it like? So we have cabaret, and that's when like the sexy like they're just like super sexy. And when Bones is like getting called out from his girlfriend, like he's like, okay, women, and he releases them to go pleasure the other men.
Pleasure the other men. I mean, to be fair, they aren't real people. They are robots, so they are designed to just go off and do
so
this.
Uncomfortable.
So the uncomfortable thing is Barrows being possessive of McCoy all of a sudden. Like there are so many.
It's so strange.
Troublesome cliches in this one.
If you use proper caution, this planet could be ideal place for those who wish to enjoy themselves, essentially.
Yeah, this should be the most popular planet in the entire
And then
galaxy.
Kirk smiles and calls Uhura, commence transporting shore leave part.
Down.
And it's like there's without any warning at all, they all come down and everyone dies.
This is what should have happened. There is now just a crew of 10 on the Enterprise. That's it. It's not 400 anymore. Yeah, there should be a briefing on the ship first. Like if you're going to do this, this is what you're in for.
It's crazy.
Transporter lock on everybody at all times.
And they're not even like the end scene is this Spock's like most illogical, which I think is supposed to be the end joke of the show. Like it's Spock's little one-liner to kind of like ha it out. And then Kirk like laughing to himself. That was crazy. This is a crazy episode.
It is. It's what the fuck. And that it just ends like massively illogical.
Warp factor 1.
It did have I had a couple of fun facts from Flyboy mailed to me. This episode went a full day over filming schedule, a full day overdue. Apparently Gene Roddenberry was rewriting it on the days, like on set. Like apparently he was
you can tell
by a tree rewriting bits of the episode, and it feels like
it. Yeah.
And also, shit, I've got one day left to film. I need to wrap this up super quick. Blah 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 blah. Caretaker. Blah blah blah. Laugh on the bridge. Done. It's very much let's hand in my homework assignment as soon as possible. Yeah, so it's a weird one.
It is a weird one, but that's what we're doing this season. Yeah. So I'm not surprised.
So overall, Ambassador, give us some pips. Did you actually enjoy the episode now that we've digested it scene by scene?
Yes, I did enjoy it. I think it's unique because it's inventing, something interesting. And I'm trying to remember, like, I think I gave Spock's brain a pretty low because it really leaned it didn't really get into the alien stuff as much as I wanted it to. And
Yeah, I
this
think
one's doing the exact same.
Exactly. Welcome to
So
TOS. You went a bit, you wanted to give it higher last week, but I think you landed on like 2.5 or 2.
Okay. Well, it can't be underneath that because it's technically, I think, a better episode
interesting.
in a way. Like, I think I would watch Spock's Brain because this one doesn't do a lot, but it's interesting. You've got a shore leave. You've got
sorry. Steve just giving it 4 out of 4, you fucking maniac.
It's got a shore leave. It's got mystery. It's got a big cast. It's got, everyone a unique location.
Yeah.
But it's just does not answer enough questions. And I do not like what's happening with the women on screen at all. So that's the men aren't doing great. The women aren't treated great. It's just a weird premise overall. It feels like a lot of drugs were taken and not enough questions were asked before this one was made.
That is an absolute perfect synopsis.
So I don't know. I think I'm going to go 1.5.
I'm going to go 2, and it goes down really low because I just want to skip the stuff with Ruth, the stuff with Barrows in the outfit, McCoy being all eyebally. So yeah, it's quite a low down one for me. I do have fun. Just it's stupid, but I do have fun watching Finnegan and the brief appearance of the rabbit and McCoy at the beginning. Man, the extended transporter scene does some work for me because I love a good beam down. But overall, it's and again, like, what's the episode saying? Be careful what you wish for. I guess.
Yeah. What is it saying?
What is it? What is it?
I don't think that this one has any depth or message except for we're going to go have some shenanigans on a planet, and
what would happen if you went to a planet like this?
We need to use every single costume we have in the trunk. How do we make this make sense?
Literally what is in the trunk? We've got a bunny, cabaret, a knight, and Don Juan. Well, I guess that's your episode.
Yeah.
That's amazing. All right. Uncomfortable stuff done. Ambassador, where would you like to go for some emails?
Oh, definitely not on this planet.
No.
Because right now I was just thinking about that cat creature from K-pop Demon Hunters, and so that's what would appear right now.
Oh no. I've just been trying to pick things up that have been knocked down.
Yeah, we can't go to the planet for sure. What?
Probably the holodeck is a good option.
Yeah, let's go to the holodeck.
The next best bet.
Let's do that.
Let's go back to the holodeck for some emails. Hello, Flyboy. Glad you could join us.
Well, since you're talking in the chat, I'll just take a quick break.
Oh, I wasn't, but okay. I guess I am. I also need to break. If you're going to pee, can I pee between your legs? It's so efficient. It's so efficient. I do that with my best friend. I would do it with any of my friends. It's an efficient, it saves water. I would
Disgusting. I don't even know how. Like, that's so gross.
It's sterile.
I can't believe you said it out loud.
It's practical. It saves water.
Oh my god.
There's less flushing needed.
No, you can go to the bathroom if you need to now.
Thank you,
it's
Mochi.
Not Mochi.
Thank you.
Mochi.
I doff my cap to you,
I like
sir.
how you picked the one person.
No, that's representative.
The chat has gone off, and you're just like, we're just gonna put Mochi up on screen.
Representative of the entire chat.
Here we go.
100%.
Why don't you go take a break? I'll show the actual comments.
No.
We have a
I'll be back.
We have a this one's appropriate. This one's appropriate. This one's appropriate. Yes. Yes.
That was
yes.
Christy, and what a great
Yes.
point.
You need to go pee and then you can come back. This is crazy. We're skipping Mochi's comments. The wedding is off was a comment. It's the very essence of TMI. Mm-hmm. I will pay for your water bill. Oh my God. Exactly. This is an R-rated show. Oh, not NC-17. I see. Yes. Okay. Well, that was an interesting experience. I'm going to open up the email and get ready for the actual segment that's about to start. It's not your fault, Intelmov, from what I've been told. It's an I can't help it thing. Honestly, same. If I try to aim, it would be crazy. There is no aiming. When I was a little girl, I used to be like, man, I wish that I was a boy because it would be so much easier to go to the bathroom. It's always like such an ordeal to go to the restroom as a woman. Because, you have to sit down or have the leg fortitude to hover, right? And I would just think about like how it would feel to not have to think about that anymore. And I started to invent in my mind what has now been actually invented, which is that girl thing. You can just then pee, stand up. Anyway. We aim fine. It's a myth. Nope, we're going on.
Can I just...
What? No. Are you ready? You ready to...
Can I dispel a myth about aim?
No.
Why not?
Because...
there is this misconception that when men pee, it is like a bow and arrow. And it's just aim, fire, that's where it goes. It's not a bow and arrow. It's an inconsistent hose. Like, it is not easy to control. Like, it is not a linear thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it is difficult. The problem is not cleaning up after oneself. The problem isn't the aim. Mm-hmm. The problem is cleaning up.
Yes. So the answer is no, you can't pee while I pee. You disgusting hose man.
It's sterile. It's fine.
Thank you. It's a lot.
Yes. Confirmed.
Okay, I'm ready for the email.
Hailing frequencies open, everyone. It's time for us to read your messages from Discord, Twitch, email, and, well, email. It's been 4 years, Danae. Been 4 years. You've got one this week.
Yes, I do. This one's from John, who was almost in a car accident due to our show.
Yep.
Quote, I almost drove off the road laughing, crashed my truck on the way to work when I heard Danae read my email and Ian's reaction. Ian, you're absolutely correct. We're both right. I do not know what we're talking about.
Oh, this is the Warp 10 email where I got called out for the warp scale not being defined or Warp 10 not being mentioned as a limit. And it was mentioned in the technical manual.
You are absolutely correct. We're both right. You two are awesome together. And I love Captain's Pod. Please keep doing the podcast. And please keep being you. Live long in Podspur. P.S. Shit. There's a lot of exclamation points in this email. I got to calm down or I'll have a heart attack and need a transfusion for my daughter while Spones performs a quadruple bypass on me.
That's really the main reason I wanted that read out. It was a lot and I love it. And I hope this reading of your response to us reading doesn't cause another similar accident.
I also hope you don't get into an accident.
Please. But the most important thing is that I'm right. I have a message.
That's why you wanted me to read that one.
I have a message, and I think John's a great sport. I have a message from Cameron that Cameron doesn't know that Cameron has sent this in because I pulled it from the Discord. I try not to pull like too much from the Discord unless it's specifically, hey, Ian mentioned this on the show. But this I just really, really like because it started a great conversation in the Captain's Pod. No, I think it was in the general Star Trek channel. Cameron said, what would you want a steady diet of in Star Trek? Character stuff, morality stuff, action stuff, question mark, question mark, question mark. And I wanted to ask you that question, Ambassador. What would you ideally like? Because we're always trying to quote unquote fix episodes. What do you want from Star Trek? What do you want your steady diet of Star Trek? No, what do you want your steady diet of Star Trek to be?
It is very difficult. Like, so chat's saying funny stuff, for example, and for me, asking a show to make me laugh is really, really tricky.
Humor's so subjective.
Yeah. But I would love to be entertained. And I think I got that in Lower Decks quite a lot. I found the humor and the pacing of Lower Decks to be something that I really had a good time with. But if I was going to make if I was going to inject something into Star Trek that I needed every single time, it would be one new species in the background, at least every episode.
Oh,
like I want to see diversity.
Yeah.
With what makes sci-fi so fun for me, which is it's unlimited. It is your imagination, and so whether it's dots or gills or antenna or webbed digits or coloration, just the uniqueness of like the creature work and the costuming. I want to see something in every episode that makes me go, ooh, what was that?
Yeah, like the opportunity to explore strange new worlds. Like this is a sandbox where you can see pretty much everything. I love that answer. For me, it is time travel. That's it. That's all I want. No, I want the moral questions. I want something that makes me think. I want something I haven't thought of. I want high concept sci-fi. I do actually genuinely want time travel, timey-wiminess, weird science, like an expansion of the science we know today to its what we think natural conclusion 200 years from now. That's what I really love. TOS being when it is, and then TNG being where it is after that. I'm a little bit annoyed with Discovery going 2,000 years or whatever. No, sorry, 600 years beyond that, because now the technology is just, well, everything is magic because the ship can change shape, the nacelles are detached, the transporters happen, we have magic material and interfaces. It's so hard for me to get from what we have now to what we have in the Discovery show because it's so far. It stops being. It's obviously still speculative, but it's like just. It may as well be magic, but TNG, all of that stuff, I'm like, I see that technology. I see us aspiring to that technology based on what we have now. That's a big chunk of what I like, of what I want from Star Trek. And people, character explorations, and people that I love hanging out with. I love hanging out with the crew of TNG. I love hanging out with the crew of TOS. Voyager, Deep Space Nine. I love hanging out with these people in that universe. So yeah, great inadvertent question, Cameron. Sparked lovely conversations on Discord and in the live chat. And hey, what is Star Trek? They should do an episode called that sometime.
Oof. What is Starfleet? Or what is Star Trek?
Well, I was making a what is Starfleet joke with I got that joke. You got that. Well done. All right, everybody. Next week, the votes have been counted. I would have bet money that DS9's Move Along Home was going to win. But Move Along Home has tumbled, and there is a chance we won't be covering any Deep Space Nine this season. Next week's episode is going to be Star Trek Voyager Tinker Tenor Dr. Spy, an episode I have misnamed multiple times on this podcast and in the Discord and on Patreon as well. But it's season 6, episode 4. We're heading into Voyager for a what the fuck episode.
What the fun?
What the fun. I love this episode so much. The votes are now, they're not clear. The tallies are still there, but everybody can now vote again for the remaining 5 episodes. So if you want your favorite episode, or if you want,
I think you said that oddly. We have 1 remaining episode of the season, and there's 5 to choose from.
Correct.
Is that what you meant?
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that again. The tallies are still there, but everybody can vote again. We have got 1 more episode in this season and 5 to choose from. All of your votes matter. Statistically, any one of them could be the last episode if it gets enough votes. So make sure your one is represented. And you can do that by going to patreon.com/IanAndDanae. It is the pinned post at the top of the feed and is updated, and you'll know when it's been updated. You can message in that thread post thing. You can contact us on Discord by going to the description of this episode and following the link to join our Discord. You can also email us, ian@iananddanae.com. That's the best way to get in touch. Ambassador, anything else?
Nope, I don't think so. Oh, I guess I'll say quickly that we are going to be putting out a pre-order form on Patreon and on Discord, because we are going to be attempting to make 3D printed models of the Derpa Prize for sale. And we're just trying to get an idea of the actual interest in them so that we can kind of prepare for how much printing is ahead of us and what kind of a project we're looking at. So at the time this episode releases, you should be able to find it on our Patreon. So that's patreon.com/Ian and Danae, or you can find it in our Discord. And there's links in the description of this podcast.
Yes. Derpa Prize. Well, until next week, I'm Captain Ian, and it's most illogical from me.
And it's, oh, my paws and whiskers, I'll be late from me.
Live long and prosper.
Pause.
We should just end the live show like that. It's kind of like Data. Data does this like ridiculous laugh. Somebody makes a joke. It's like, oh, it's quite humorous.
Okay, so I'm going to make a pre-order form.
Are you going to do it right now, live on air?
No, okay.
I
won't bore you with that. But I am excited about it.
Yep. I'll get to printing it.
Well, yeah, we've actually got to print it and test it and everything. Yeah. We're so excited. Wrap,
send it away. There we go.
Oh my gosh. We did another show. Screen share. Yeah, that's exciting. Do you want to watch me make a form live? Because that's what we're doing.
You know people will watch that. People will watch that.
People want to watch you make that.
Yeah, I want to do it. I think realistically it's going to be after the parents have gone back home.
Yeah.
December will be when, I know we have Christmas and stuff happening, but it'll be when life kind of returns to normal. We will have been married. My parents will have visited and gone back home, and we can actually do some stuff.
Yes, that's true. Ian, you make the model, and Danae, you can do the form. That's exactly right.
That's exactly what's happening.
We divide, we conquer.
We divide, we conquer, we do things. Oh, speaking of which, I'm not allowed the Derpa Prize anymore.
That isn't what I said. But I did notice that it was on your desk.
Absolutely what you said. You said that cannot be on your desk. That's not going to be a thing.
And it was precariously positioned inside of a box. It did not fit. So if anything hit it, it would be hit by other things. And so I felt like it was in danger. And so I removed it from your side of the desk. I mean, obviously, you need to talk about it, and I completely understand. If you just need to like have a conversation right now about that, but we can make it real easy and just say like, no, you can't touch it anymore. Like that makes you like, if you need to have like some clear boundaries, that's fine. I just want to remind you wanted to throw it away. So you didn't want it anymore. I'm the one that kept the Derpa Prize. You did not want to see it anymore. You were horrified by its existence.
So I gave myself a really sad robot voice, and I realized you don't have your headphones in, so you can't appreciate my sad robot voice.
That's so cool. We just got JCD says, hopping in momentarily while doing D&D. Miss you. And just resub for 52 months on a 50-month streak right now. So thank you so much.
That's awesome.
So sweet.
You're appreciated.
There's so many Christmas related activities to take them to. What is that? Oh. Yes.
Yeah, sorry. One I did want to mention so Ruthie, just to clear this up because it's something that I found as well. Wait, I've never heard the word plebe. Is it the same as pleb or something different? So in England we say pleb because we pronounce it plebeian. I think plebeian or plebeian, something like that. But in America it's plebeian, which I've always hated.
Yeah,
plebeian.
Isn't it?
Your plebeian
it's
brain.
Just like, yeah, it's supposed to be something like you're just dumb.
Well, the plebs were the lower class in Roman hierarchy. So the plebeians were the regular working class people, I believe.
Let's see.
But it's definitely used as a derogatory term.
Didn't they say plebe or did they say pleb?
No, they said plebe in the show, but that's American.
I see.
English
it's
is
used
plebeian.
as an insult to describe someone as uncultured, unsophisticated, or common.
There we go.
Originated from the Roman Republic, where plebeians
Let's
were a
go.
common lower-class citizen, and in modern slang, it can refer to a person from a lower social class or someone who is seen as ignorant or having poor taste.
Nailed it.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's an insult.
Hello, historian.
Almost like I have a major in history.
I wanted to go over a few comments before we
Yes.
get to the end of today. This one's from Mark earlier. I remember running around the backyard with my brother yelling, Finnegan!
I love that.
Histor Ian. Nice one, Steve.
That's me.
That's funny. Okay, log into Minecraft. Definitely did that.
This was hilarious, sorry. Saruthi, potato, a man who behaves selfishly and irresponsibly in his sexual relationships with women. Damn it, potato, not Lothario, not potato.
That was
But
an
it
amazing
works.
oops. Because
But
it was a
it
potato.
works.
It does.
Because I
Yes.
would call a man a potato
Mhm.
and have that connotation. It
Yes.
was a beautiful autocorrect.
Let's see. Link asked earlier, any animal stories? There's always animal stories developing, but most recently, I do have to say that the animal story is that most of the people in my life are reminding me about how many mistakes I have made in adopting animals when it was just too much. Because Aaron Dicer shared with Ian that he was adamantly against me getting the puppies when I got the puppies.
Yeah.
Justin has been telling Ian, like, I told her it was a bad idea. And
He
so
literally, a little while ago, we were talking about she wanted to adopt little puppies that she found, and he just laughed and said, "Your problem now," and left.
yes. Yeah, he literally was like, Ian, this is on you. I don't have to deal with this shit with Danae anymore. And he's like, I'm out. Bye.
Peace.
It was so funny. So yeah, the animal stories are like, they're happening all around us, and my dogs are, I don't know, they're getting into their like middle age retirement age sort of vibe, and so they just want to like constantly be in your lap,
All
touched,
the time.
loved.
It's like they're always cold.
But they're very rude about it. They'll just get in front of you and sit on your lap and close your laptop and jump on your lap, and they'll scoot into it. They'll sneak around. They're obsessed with love. They're obsessed with massages. They're obsessed with being right next to us. And that sounds really great. But when it's like two that are vying for your attention, it just gets really distracting.
Well, when you're trying to work as well, like I'm trying to focus, and it's just, because one of the things they could need is to shit in the bed. So I'm like, if I don't deal with this now, am I going to find a turd that I only have myself to blame?
You
But
found a turd
usually
in my
it's just
shoe last week. So
It's literally shat in her shoe. It was so specific. It was like, you're going to find this. You need to know that you didn't let me out, and I'm going to shit
he's
in your
like,
soul.
Danae, I have to tell you something. I found a turd in your shoe. And I was like, damn it. And he's like, and it was like rock solid as well. So it had been hiding in there long enough that God knows what would have happened. But
But the great thing is that I was so happy about the solid turd because it meant they weren't diarrheaing anymore.
That's
so
right.
It was a win.
So like our animal stories are kind of gross. Oh, you know what? I do have a fun story to tell you. So I have...
She won't let me shit between her legs, so I've got to put it in her shoes.
Shut the fuck up. Oh, the dogs, exactly. Oh my God. So we right now have like kind of a higher armoire and then a butcher table, and the cat stands on the butcher table and eats on an elevated cat dish that we've attached to the armoire so that he can kind of like eat sitting up, and it's cute. Well, on that armoire, I have now added like a little fluffy area inside of a container so the cat can like perch up there and watch the world and do his little biscuits and be happy. And he's really enjoying that.
Yeah.
He is also still murdering things and bringing them dangerously close to the house. We watched him kill a bird on the back porch recently.
Yeah.
There's half of a mouse in the garage right now. Like,
I've never seen so many tiny mouse livers and kidneys or hearts.
it's a
internal
lot.
organs.
There's so much going on. but they're very, very happy. They're happy animals. And yeah, I promise to share more delightful stories with you as the time goes on. So yeah, thank you for asking. It's always fun to share stories.
Always fun.
A sub is much better surprise than your childhood bully showing up to punch you in the face. Absolutely.
True. Absolutely fair.
Casey says, couldn't watch when the schedules changed to Mondays due to work. Really miss live shows, but enjoyed the podcast. Thank you so much for still being around and for joining us today for a little while.
That.
If you're still here, hello.
It's nice being able to do the occasional Saturday. I did love this one from Sarah. Watching this for the first time during COVID lockdown was a vibe. I can't imagine. It's absolutely trippy as balls and you've got nobody to talk to about it.
Oh, boy. Let's see. What else do we have in the chat? You guys are mentioning that Barrows died. We got a chance to cover that.
And one thing, I'm pretty sure it wasn't Barrow's
Oh.
husband. It was Angela, the other lady.
The best thing was when McCoy got hurt by the knight and Princess Barrows was wailing and Kirk was like, get it together, you work in space. And she was like, oh yeah, I work in space. And she like got it together.
Immediately
It was so funny. She's like, yeah, you're right. Sorry, sir. Of course.
Like, all 6 stages of grief just finished.
Oh my God. The Don Juan chat, we got through all that. Have we thought about fostering?
Semi. It'd have to be a specific set of circumstances.
So, yes. But I think as time goes on, I'm acutely aware that I love snuggling with the dogs, but I may be ready to not have animals. Like once these dogs go, like I may actually be ready to not have a dog. However, I also know myself and I'm going to get another dog.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
But I'm thinking about like, at what point do you stop because you want to travel or you want to like not have to wake up and get something outside to go to the bathroom before it pisses in the house? Like, at what point am I ready for that? And I feel like I'm getting closer and closer, but I'm still actively going to dog rescue sites and looking at adorable dogs and thinking like, I hope it has a home and is that home with me? Or I'll be driving down the street and see a dog and try to go fucking rescue it because it needs help. For prime example, another story. I looked out in the backyard and I saw a little flash of white behind my fence where there should not be a dog back kind of behind my fence. It's like an open area. And so I went back there and got a chance to like snuggle and love on a little tiny dog that had gotten out of its fence. And turns out it was my neighbor. So I almost stole my neighbor's other animal.
So funny.
Same one that owned Thunderstorm because it was such a cute dog. So yes, I struggle.
Panko. You almost took Panko.
This is why in the newsletter I said that taking care of Danae is essentially a full-time job. Ian is a very, like, bless Ian. He has a lot to handle.
I am a very fortunate man to be the one doing the handling.
Oh, you're sweet.
And thank you, Flyboy, for your email. I loved it. Mentioned it. I don't know if you were here when we mentioned it in the live show, but yeah, it was very, very insightful and behind the scenes knowledge. Love that.
There was a question about next week. We are going to be live next week, even though we're getting married on Thursday. We still planning going live on Friday. But because this is now part of our world, we have to do it in our time. It's not part of like the job as when it was part of CSPM. We did it as part of our like actual work week. Now we got to do it in our free time. And so there's always a chance that things will change, and we do apologize. We really, really are trying to keep it consistent, but it is difficult to do that sometimes. But right now the plan is to see you guys on Friday. So we'll be married. Ian will be wearing a ring and not just me.
I will.
This is
the last time you'll see my naked ring finger.
I'll be a Hughes Whittington, and it'll be a really wild new start to our whole lives. So but yeah, we're like today, for example, we're going to go get the final touches on the room for his parents to be able to stay. And then we've got to like get cake and flowers picked up. Iris needs a dress to wear. We don't even have a photographer, guys. Like we're just doing like super laid back chill.
Everyone's a photographer if you have a phone.
Oh, probably not. I don't think that's I don't know that they would want to, but maybe we can ask them.
We can certainly try. That'll be funny.
Exactly, Flyboy. So, but yeah, we're going to be having a wonderful week and then being able to share it with you on Friday. And then it will be a little bit of a trick as we figure out, he's going to announce next week what the next season of Captain's Pod looks like.
I'm going to run it by Danae first and then going to do it.
So we'll have that. And then we obviously are heading into the holiday season as well. So if we decide to hold back on podcast releases, we will still be trying to hang out with you guys and connect on like Discord and things like that. So yeah, it's very chill in Tamava. We do want to have a public celebration, like do something with friends and family and people coming and enjoying the day with us. But we're going to plan for that when we have more time for planning. So.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, they could tell you all the baby Ian stories. We do not plan on live streaming the wedding. No, we don't have
really sneaky, just in my pocket. Bring you all with me.
Yeah, that'd be fun. And they would be like, well, why can't we be there?
Oh, that's so true.
That could be cute.
That is so true.
You know, that actually sounds like something.
That sounds really cool. It sounds, my brain is like, that's a little self-indulgent.
But it's kind of
silly.
But
it could also be fun.
It's sort of fun.
I could dress up in my Starfleet uniform.
But the problem is only a few people can join at a time. So
it could only be 10 people.
We'd probably have to prepare for, at least 11 coming. Yeah. It would be really cool. That's a really great idea. Now please don't go crazy and try to make a chapel for us or anything. Like you need to sleep. Don't forget.
Yes, you do need to sleep, and also I don't want to get married in a chapel.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So if you had to marry in Minecraft somewhere, where would you marry?
The Enterprise.
It's in Minecraft.
The Enterprise.
The biomes of Minecraft.
The Enterprise biome that we're going to make.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking like an amethyst cave, but whatever.
Yeah, amethyst cave would be cool, actually. That would work.
Thank you guys for hanging out in the Discord in between.
City.
You're making such an incredible community and you're welcoming everybody, and it really means a lot to us. Special shout out to those who jumped up to become moderators, as we are now apparently active enough to start attracting some really fucking strange bots.
We're averaging 2 bots a week.
So
I appreciate you guys shooting them down when we can't.
Thank you for reaching out, especially Slab. Thank you for the private message and just making sure that we're aware of all that. So we really appreciate that you guys are dedicated to trying to make a safe environment, whether it's on Minecraft or on Discord or even here in the live chat. So yeah, we'll see you guys next Friday when we will be a married couple and still doing the show because we love it and we love you guys.
That's what we do.
So have a great weekend and we'll see you next week. Okay, bye.